All right. This is chapter 2.1, problem 2. An amphitheater charges $75 for every seat in section A, $55 for every seat in section B, and $30 for every lawn seat. There are 3 times as many seats in section B as in section A. The revenue for selling 23,000 seats is $870,000. How many seats are in each section of the amphitheater? Okay. Yes. This is a word problem. A lot of words, a lot of numbers. This is actually a 3-variable system of equations. Okay? This is actually easier than it looks, but you got to know how to pull the information out. First things first. Let's define our sections. We have section A, section B, section C. So in A, variable A, that is going to be the number in section A. B will be the number in section B. And C will be the number in section C. Now, sometimes I picked A, B, and C simply because they picked A, B, and C. All right? Lawn seat would be C for me. All right? Instead of a C, let's go back and erase that. Let's say L equals lawn seats. All right? Pick any letter you want. It could be X, Y, Z, M, L, whatever you want, so long as you can read it and you know what it goes to. All right? So those are our variables. The first equation they give us is what I call a grocery list. You should get used to me calling things grocery lists after a while, because I say, hey, if you go to the grocery store, it's like $2 for every gallon of milk, plus $4 for a stick of butter, plus $3 for a box of cereal, plus 65 cents for every pound of bananas. All right, so you're just adding up all the things and how much they cost. All right, that's exactly what this is. They are, so we have section A. Well, it's $75 for every seat in section A. So 75 times the seats in section A. Plus $55 for the seats in section B. Plus $30 for all the lawn seats. Now, when they sold everything, how much did they make? They made $870,000. That's just like the bill at the grocery store. It's a much bigger bill, but same idea. It's how many times, it's the number times how much, plus the number times how much, plus the number times how much that number is, equals, and we'll add them all up, equals the total. That is a grocery list. All right? So that's the first equation. Second equation, it says there are 3 times as many seats in B as in section A. So there are 3 times more in B than A. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do A equals B. Now it says there are 3 times as many. So I'm going to multiply by 3. The question is, which one do I have to multiply by 3 to make them the same? All right? I actually have to multiply A times 3. I know it says 3 times as many seats in B as in A. So your first thought is to say, hey, I'm going to multiply 3 by B times 3. However, there are more seats in B than in A. There are 3 times as many seats in B. There are 3 times more seats in B than in section A. So section B is 3 times bigger than section A. So in order to make them equal, I have to multiply section A times 3. Okay? So this would be 3 A's, and that would be 1 B. In order to make them equal, I have to multiply them by 3. Okay? Last but not least, so that's equation 2. Equation 3, let's erase that. Equation 3 says the revenue from selling all 23,000 seats. Well, if there are 23,000 seats, that means if I add up all of the number of A's, remember A, B, and C represent the number, not the dollar sign, the number of seats. So if I add up the number of A's, plus the number of B's, plus the number of C's, I will get all of the seats. There are 23,000 seats. Okay, that's how I got those three equations. The first one was the grocery list. All right, how many times how much, plus how many times how much, plus how many times how much equals the total. The second one is a comparison. Now comparisons will feel backwards. You set them equal to each other, and you'll either have to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. But whatever you do, make sure they are equal in the end. Okay? Last one is just a sum. They say there are 23,000 of these, so we simply add all three of them up, and we get 23,000. And now we solve. Well, here we go. First things first. B equals 3A, right? So let's plug that in. A plus 3B plus... No. B equals 3A. B equals 3A. Plus C equals 23,000. Okay? Alright, and now that makes 4A plus C equals 23,000. Now watch this. If I solve for C, I move the 4A over, so C equals negative 4A plus 23,000. Okay. Now here's the fun part. I now have B in terms of A and C in terms of A. So if I plug them in right here, oh, I'm using a C instead of an L. Ah, well, whatever. We'll go back to using a C. If that's been confusing you, I'm sorry. Let's fix that. It's the easiest way to fix it. I can get rid of both of those variables at once. So here we go. We are going to do 75 A's plus 55 B, which remember is 3A, plus 30 C's, which is negative 4A plus 23,000. And I'm running out of space, equals 870,000. Okay. Now all I have is A's. My B and my C are gone. So distribute, distribute, and combine. So I've got 75A. 55 times 3 is 165 plus 165A. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, so that is actually negative 120A. 23 times 30, you know what, I don't feel like doing that in my head, I'm bringing it on my calculator. On 23,000 times 30 is 6,900, no, 690,000 equals 870,000. I don't know how to tell my numbers anymore, if you can tell. Once you get about 1,000, I don't know how to say it. That's sarcasm. Alright, now combine all your terms. 75 plus 165 minus 120 is 120. Is that right? Huh? I guess so. So that combines to 120A. I'm going to go ahead and move the 169 to the other side. The not 690 to the other side. So 87 minus 69. That's 180,000. Let's get the right color. 180,000. Divide by 120. No. 180,000 divided by 120 is 1,500. There are 1,500 seats. Okay? So that's A. A is 1,500. Fun thing about this, if I multiply A times 3, well, 1,500 times 3, that's 4,500. So B equals 4,500 seats. Okay? And if I add them all up, I get C, which I get 23,000. So, or I can just stick it right there. So, negative 4 times 1,500 plus 23,000 equals 17,000. C equals 17000. There's a lot of lawn seats. Or you can write it as an ordered triple. 1500, comma 4500, comma 000. Although we haven't defined x, y, and z very well. But anyways, so that would be your answer. All right. The hardest part about this is getting those equations. Once you get the equations, these are cake. Just solve for a couple of variables and plug them in, and you're good to go. All right. Try the next one.